In this video, we are going to continue with limits of accuracy of a single number. You will find this on page 26 in the Namibia Mathematics Ordinary Level textbook, y equals mx plus c to success. Let's look at another example. Each of the following numbers has been rounded off to the degree of accuracy given in brackets. So give the upper and lower bounds of each. Using x as the number, express the range in which the numbers lies as an inequality. Okay, so let's start. -6, it's to the nearest whole number. Now can you remember, especially the previous video, that table or the previous page in your textbook? So if it's to that, it's on page 25. Otherwise, just go through that table again. So it's to the nearest 1. So you take 1, you divide 2, you get 0.5. Subtract for the lower, add for the upper. But don't forget it's a negative number. So -6 minus 0.5 is -6.5. But if the signs are different, then what do? You are going to subtract the numbers and take the sign in front of the big one, where in this case you add the numbers and you keep the sign. But you can also do it on the calculator. That will give you the same answer. So if I want to put it in a range, always remember the lower first, there's an equal sign, then the upper, there's not an equal sign. So if I look at the next one, to 1 decimal point, can you still remember? 1 decimal point is easy because it's fixed. It will always be 0.1. It's just the significant that you must be careful. So take 0.1, put a 1 in that position, fill the rest of the positions with 0. So it's 0.1, divide 2, and that's 0.05. So again, subtract for the lower, add for the upper. Fill in the lower, fill in the upper. Equal sign, no equal sign. In this case, two significant figures. So this is the first significant figure, which is 2. The second significant figure, that is going to be 5. Underline. Okay, put a 1 in that position and fill the rest of the positions with 0. So 0.01 divide by 2, and that's 0.005. Subtract for the lower, add for the upper. Put the lower there, put the upper there. Equal sign, no equal sign. And then this one, two significant figures. 2 is the first, 5 is the second. Okay, underline, and remember what I said. Fill all the positions with a 0, but there where you see the second one, put a 1. The rest of the positions again 0. If there's no comma, it's standing there. But there is actually just standing 100. Ignore the first 0. So you take 100 divide 2, and that's 50. Subtract for the lower, and add for the upper. Okay, I think it's just not very visible. But there must be a plus. Okay, so it's going to be 2550. Okay, so you can stop the video. Let's just put it up. Okay, we're not going to do all. I'm just going to let you do a few. So do for me number 1. Just do the first one. And which one will we do? It's all the same actually, basically. Let's do a -1. I think E is a nice one, and F. You can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay, let's start. Each of the following numbers is expressed to the nearest whole number. Okay, so again, find the upper and lower bounds. So for the first one, so in this case, find the lower bound. So it's to the nearest 1 because it's just 1. So it's 1 divide 2, and that's 0.5. Okay, and then I'm going to, for my lower bound, it's just going to be 5 minus 0.5. And for my up, which is going to be 4.5. And for my upper bound, it's just going to be 5 plus 0.5, and that's going to be 5.5. Oh, let's just get that 5. So I'm just going to make the range. They said just put an X and then equal sign, lower bound, no equal sign, upper bound. And that's the answer. Okay. Yes, it's just numbers, no units involved. And if I look at number E, okay, let's just do number E. And again, the first one. So it's to the nearest whole number. It's still 1. Whole number is always 1. So it's 0.5. But then for my lower bound, it's going to be just take 0 and subtract 0.5. And if you do that, you get negative 0.5. And for my upper bound, it's just going to be, okay, I take 0 and I add 0.5. And it's going to be positive 0.5. Okay, so then if I come to the second one, which is going to be X, and put, okay, let me show you. Put here my equal sign, so it's negative 0.5, and this one is just 0.5. Okay, and we're just going to move this, and now let's just move it a little bit up. It's negative 7, and we do exactly the same. Let's just take another color. So it's number F, and it's the first one. And it's again to the nearest whole number, so it's 1. Divide 2, which is still 0.5. So I'm going to get my lower bound, I'm just going to say negative 7 minus 0.5, which is going to give me negative 7.5. It's not a double point, it's just a point. And for the upper bound, it's just going to be negative 7 plus 0.5. And that's going to be negative 6.5. So for the second one, it's just going to be X, and it's going to first be negative 7.5, and this is going to be negative 6.5. Okay, I'm going to stop the video here, just due to the pen and calibrate it, and then continue in the next video.